A haunting legacy. Imagine being near the scene of not one, but 3 presidential assassinations. Here we're going to dive into the chilling story of Robert Todd Lincoln, the son of Abraham Lincoln, who witnessed the deaths of 3 US presidents. Discover how these eerie coincidences shaped his life and legacy. Robert Todd Lincoln was born on August 1st, 1843 in Springfield, Illinois. He was the eldest of 4 sons born to Abraham and Mary Todd Lincoln. A Harvard-educated lawyer, Robert served as captain in the Union Army during the Civil War. After his father's assassination, he embarked on a distinguished political career, serving as Secretary of War under President James A. Garfield and later as U.S. Minister to the United Kingdom. But despite his accomplishments, his life is often overshadowed by the tragic events he was closely connected to, including the assassinations of 3 presidents. On April 14, 1865, President Abraham Lincoln was shot by John Wilkes Booth at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. Robert Todd Lincoln was not present at the theater but rushed to his father's side at the Peterson House, where the president was taken after the shooting. He remained by his father's bedside until Abraham Lincoln passed away the following morning. The assassination profoundly affected Robert, marking the beginning of his tragic association with presidential assassinations. His proximity to this event would be one of the first of 3 instances where he found himself close to such national tragedies. On July 2, 1881, President James A. Garfield was shot by Charles Guiteau at the Baltimore and Potomac Railroad Station in Washington, D.C. At the time, Robert Todd Lincoln was serving as Secretary of War in Garfield's administration. He was present at the train station when Guiteau fired those fatal shots. Robert had been accompanying Garfield for a trip and witnessed the president's collapse. He immediately took charge of the situation, helping to coordinate medical assistance and ensuring the president was cared for. Despite their best efforts, Garfield succumbed to his injuries on September 19, 1881, after months of suffering. Robert's presence at the scene of Garfield's assassination added to his already notable connection to presidential tragedies. The public and media noted the eerie coincidence of his presence in yet another presidential assassination. His role as Secretary of War during this tumultuous time was significant, as he managed the response and ensured continuity in the administration. The assassination of Garfield reinforced Robert's resolve to serve his country and uphold his duties, despite the personal and emotional toll these events took on him. On September 6, 1901, President William McKinley was shot by anarchist Leon Kolgas at the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo, New York. Robert Todd Lincoln was also present at this event, having been invited as a guest of honor. He was nearby when Kolgas fired the shots that would eventually lead to McKinley's death on September 14, 1901. Lincoln rushed to the scene upon hearing the shots and was deeply affected by witnessing another president's assassination. The repeated occurrence of such events led to a sense of dread and sorrow for Lincoln, and the public began to refer to him as the harbinger of presidential doom. Despite these tragic associations, Robert continued to serve his country, reflecting on the bizarre, somber coincidences that marked his life. Throughout his life, Robert Todd Lincoln reflected on his uncanny proximity to these presidential assassinations. He expressed both bewilderment and sorrow over his connection to such tragic events. In private letters and conversations, he would often wonder the strange circumstances that placed him near these historic moments. His presence at these events left a lasting impact on his legacy, making him a unique figure in American history. The public and historians have noted the significant, albeit morbid, pattern of his life intersecting with these critical points in history. Lincoln's life serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of leadership and the unpredictability nature of history. His contributions to public service, despite the personal tragedies he witnessed, highlight the resilience and dedication to his country. Today, historians continue to explore Robert Todd Lincoln's eerie connections to the assassinations of 3 presidents. Some view his presence at these events as mere coincidence, while others ponder the psychological and emotional impact it had on him. Modern interpretations often emphasize the need to examine the broader context of his life and career beyond these tragic associations. Debates persist about the extent to which these events influence his actions and decisions. Understanding Robert Todd Lincoln's unique place in history requires a nuanced view that considers both his personal experiences and his public service. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe, and follow along for more 5-Minute Histories.